welcome to the Womenomics podcast. I'm your co-host, Tiara, aka T. Bryan Notary Services.
And I'm your co-host, Corinne Jones of Freedom Notary Services.
Yes, and welcome to Womenomics Wednesday. Okay, we have a super dope special guest. She is literally one of my faves, Please introduce yourself.
My name is Raynetta. My Instagram is at the Notary Gal. My business is the Notary Gal. Everything is like the Notary Gal. And I am from Los Angeles, California.
Yes, welcome. We are so happy to have you here. You one of us, but we happy to have you
right. I'm so happy to be here. You know I love you, a career.
Yes, this is going to be such a good conversation. It's going to be good. It's going to be light. It's going to be fun. And you know what? We talk about confidence, okay? Because you need that. You need that as an entrepreneur. You need that as a woman. You need that as a person. You want to always lead your business, your brand, your whole entirety. Like as a person, you want to lead with confidence. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But before we get into confidence, I have to say this. So when I first started as a notary, I was on TikTok and I came across your profile and you did this really dope video about what's in your notary bag, right? You remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Yes, and it was so good. And then I was like, all right, like this is cute. I love your voice. I love your swag, your style, everything. And then I went onto your page and I was just like blown away with how amazing and consistent your branding was, like how you showed up on the internet, how you presented your business on the internet, and how you kept everything just so clean and classic. Like I just have to give you your flowers on that first and foremost. So the flower background is very fitting.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah. So with that being said, we always got to ask this question first. When did you know that you could be an entrepreneur?
Girl, COVID. I am definitely a COVID notary. COVID. I'm a flight attendant. Travel has slowed down tremendously. And, you know, I got bills, shit, just like the next person. And I was just like, okay, I cannot have all my eggs in one basket. And then my partner, she's also a flight attendant too. We about like 8 or 9 months apart in seniority for the same company. So they were talking about furloughing. And I look at her and I said, look, it's either going to be you, me, or like the both of us. Like we too close in seniority. So we didn't know how far up the food chain that they were going to go. But I was like, if they let both of us go, girl, we gonna be sitting here looking like two fools in a pool because we work at the same company and we only 8 or 9 months apart in seniority and we gonna be looking stuck. So my good friend was like, you should look into being a notary. And I was like, a notary. So she introduced me to Mark Wells. And then that's how like everything started. So of course, like everybody else who became a COVID notary, that's what I like to call us. We all got into it because of loan signing. We all went to be a loan signing agent. We all went to make however much an hour and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then just like literally once you get into it, it's just like one thing led to another. And then you find out about other stuff that you can do into the notary industry. So that's pretty much how it happened. COVID, it was a blessing, but it was a curse because it just made me realize that you do not need to be dependent on somebody else on getting your coin. Like you need to have another source of income.
That's true. I never thought of myself as a COVID notary, but I am a COVID notary.
Me too. No, that's funny. That's a good way of putting it. But I think that's COVID really transitions people thinking and really propelled them forward into realizing that none of this is stable or secure unless you're running it up yourself. You're making this happen yourself. And what I appreciate about what they call the pandemic, we ain't in a pandemic, we in a what I loved about that is it sparked so many people's like creativity.
Yeah.
And it really just created so many people with their entrepreneurial mindset. And for you to get out there, start your own business, start bringing in your own clients, marketing and everything, you have to have a level of confidence. You know what I'm saying? So walk us through the beginning stages. You know, you said you came, you're a flight attendant, like you're currently a flight attendant. And, you know, even shifting from that 9 to 5 to the entrepreneurial mindset is that's its own challenges. But what I really want you to speak to is that confidence piece. Like, you have to have confidence to get out there and start something on your own. So what was that like for you?
So in the beginning, it was like exciting because I was like, okay, it's something new. I mean, I was super, 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 super excited. I was making like really good money too. And then like, I just got burnt out with like loan signing. I got super, super burnt out. And for a moment, I had a down moment. And Selena was like, I don't like, what is wrong with you? She's like, you in like this little funk right now. You're not like doing as many signings. You're not accepting stuff. And I was just like super, super burnt out. So in the beginning, it was extremely, extremely fun. And then I got burnt out. And then January of this year is when I had got me a coach, Renee Dittman, and she's out here in LA too. And she just kind of wanted to ask me like, what was my goals? What did I want to do? And so we had like a long conversation on like New Year's Day. I would never forget it. And I kind of felt like it was a sign because like I'm starting the first day off of the new year, like talking to someone about like what I want to do and what I want to achieve. And so I ended up becoming one of her students and joining like her little sustainable notary platform. And we had our sustainable notary day January, it was either 28th or 29th out here in LA. And that's when I was kind of telling her, like, you know, I want to hold events for the notaries in LA. At that time, like, you know, I was like really like doing Canva, like really into Canva. And that's why my page was like that. I was like, I want to teach people how to do Canva. So she was the one that kind of like pushed me to have my very first ever SoCal Notary Social and to have my Canva course, because I was just like, ain't nobody gonna pay, you know, that's how you think. So, I mean, I'm confident now, but I guess I would say like, I wasn't always like this. Sometimes you need that little push, and, you know, having her as a coach, she definitely pushed me to like, say like, girl, you got it. Like, you just need to push yourself. So she would push me and Selena would push me. But when you listen to like someone that you love, like your spouse or like your mom or your dad or anybody that's close to you telling you something, it's not that you don't believe them. It's just that like, you're like, okay, like, you know me, you gonna always tell me, you know, what I need to do. But me and Selena laugh about it now because she was like, girl, Renee told you the same stuff that I was telling you, except like you had to pay Renee. And we laugh about it because I'm like, you're right. Like, if I just would listen to her, I wouldn't have had to pay Renee. But it is what it is. Like, you know, I needed that push from someone else that didn't know me. And so yeah, but after I got that little push, it got a little taste, like it created like literally a monster, like a monster.
Yeah.
Shout out to Renee Dittman.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then surrounding yourself with people, even if you don't feel like confident at any point in your journey, but when you surround yourself or even connect with people who can see that in you or see your potential, it just pulls what's already in you out of you.
Yeah.
So, you know, what all that you are today, it was already there. You just needed the right person to say the right thing.
The right person. Exactly. And pay a cute little coin. But look, here I made my money back from her. So it's like from what I paid her, I made my money back. So it was like, I would say it was an investment that it worked. It worked for me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you move on and go to other things.
That's good. That's good. What can you say about because when I saw your page as well, I was just so impressed. It's so like next level, top notch, polished, luxury level. And so that it exudes confidence. So what can you say about your brand and what it represents in terms of confidence?
So I'm gonna start back. For even when it came to picking a name, I wanted something simple and straight to the point. I wanted people to know what I did, and that's just how the whole Notary Gal came about. I was honestly shocked that like no one had it. I seen like the Notary Girl, that Notary Chick, but I was like, okay, the Instagram name was available. It was just like fitting. So I have always like being a girly girl and like into a look. And I don't know if that has something to do with me, like just being from LA. I feel like in LA, everything is about a look. Like everything is just about a look. So I knew when I started the page, I knew that I wanted to have a certain look in a certain brand. And I just always been big on branding, like in general. Like in high school, I won best dressed female. Like I have always just been like just like I guess I could say like into myself. Like I have just always been like into myself, like keeping my nails done, my hair done. I could have been broke, but I found a way to maintain my appearance because I just always been like that. So with my Notary Gal page, I was like, you know, I like pink. I'm really, really girly, but I didn't want to like bright pink or over the top pink. And prior to meeting Renee, my page was already kind of like, and my page was already nice prior to meeting her. So I just want to keep that consistency up because I'm like, branding is everything to me. And people, you know, may not like remember your name, but they'll probably like remember your brand. And I think about like Target, Apple, you know, you see the little red dot, you know, that's Target. You see Apple, you know, that's Apple. So I feel for me, branding was just so important because I'm like, if people don't remember nothing else, they're gonna remember this brand because I paved it, or trying to pave it that way so people can remember it. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. And you know what? It shows though. It shows like the thought process that you have behind it. And it shows your intention as well, honestly, because you're so consistent with it, because you know you already had what you wanted to create in your mind before you created it, even before you even knew what it was going to look like. You know what I'm saying? And you also pick something that's very close to you. Like you said, you've always been into branding. You know what I'm saying? You've always been into, you know, making sure that the presentation is up to par and it reflects who you are as a person. And that really just draws me back into, you know, confidence. Cause it's like, even having confidence in your branding, like how can people build confidence within their branding? Like, yeah, that's what I want to know. Cause I feel like that's something that I see, like newer notaries just kind of like struggle with, or newer entrepreneurs just struggle with. Yeah.
I definitely think like, so people should definitely choose a color palette. Look up look up different colors, because different colors have like different meanings, and I don't know like all the meanings, but like, you know, choose a color or a palette of colors and just like stick with it. Like everything you do, make sure you just use your color scheme. Just stick with it, because after a while, people are gonna notice it and it will stay out. And that's and stand out. And that's when you come off as looking confident. But if somebody is looking at a page that is all over the place, it's not that you're not confident, but it just seemed like you just kind of like, you just all over the place. But some people don't have that eye, and that's okay. But yeah, I definitely think that you should just pick some colors that you like, and stick with that and just roll with it. Like Tiara, I love your orange. Corinne, I love your nude tones that you use. And like, I know you guys from that colors. Jessica is green, Rafael's also green. And so like, I remember that, because I'm like, they stick with one color and they ran with it, or a scheme of colors and they ran with it.
That's good. Yeah.
Yes. And I just want to know, like, what are some other ways that you've like built your confidence within like the notary industry specifically? Because you face so many things when you're building, not even just the notary industry, when you're building your business, period, small business, big business, whatever you claim in. When you build a period, you just have to learn and grow and building your confidence in those type of ways, because you're dealing with rejection, you're dealing with self-doubt, you're dealing with overthinking or becoming overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. So it's kind of like, how have you combated, rejection and things like that to kind of keep like your confidence? Like, we had an episode on the Yi effect, and that's just over wavering confidence in yourself. And I feel like that's something that you just exude, but it's also something that you learn. And, our whole thing is we got to give out the tools, we got to give out the gems. So yeah, what's some tools, some gems?
So what I would first start off by saying, like, definitely Corinne mentioned it earlier, like having a good support system. Like definitely having a good support system when you're an entrepreneur. And like if you have a partner or a girlfriend or a boyfriend, someone in your life, it helps if they can also be patient with you in your entrepreneurship, because it's not easy. And everybody cannot be with someone that's an entrepreneur. It's not meant for everybody. Like it's hard. Luckily for me, like Selena is an entrepreneur as well. So like we feed off of each other and we support each other. So we get it. Also surround yourself with other entrepreneurs, surround yourself with other entrepreneurs. I absolutely love meeting like a new entrepreneur and hearing their success story about how they started 5 years ago. It wasn't like this, and now it's like this now. My best friend is like a realtor out here. She's killing it in LA. And I've seen Brianna work her way from like the ground up. And I'm like just so amazed. I'm like, Brianna, like you are goals. Like, and I know like if she can do it, anybody can do it. Like I can do it and whoever else. So definitely have a good support system. Definitely surround yourself with like-minded people. Definitely like don't be afraid of no. A no don't always have to mean like no permanently. It just probably mean not right now, and it's okay. Like double back and come back to that person. You just never know. Timing is everything. Do not let like the slow moments of your business discourage you. I know it's easier said than done, but every business has its ebb and flow. And when it gets slow, like just take it for what it is. Work on some stuff that you probably been wanting to work on, but you couldn't have had worked on, because when it pick back up, it's gonna pick back up. Like I go through ebb and flow all the time. And at this point, I'm like, it is what it is. It's part of being an entrepreneur and a business owner. And then the last thing I would say is like, stay persistent. Stay persistent. You cannot, especially on social media, like you cannot like for a week show yourself and post all this stuff and grab everybody's attention. And then like the next week you go, I'm like, wait a minute, come on back. Yeah, you gotta stay persistent and consistent. Like nothing is gonna come to a sleeper, and you gotta just stick with it. And I know for a fact it will pay off. So that's what I kind of tell myself, to keep like myself going in my business. And that's what I would just tell like the next person.
Yeah. Do you have any experiences where you've had your confidence shaken and you really had to apply the things you're talking about, or they didn't work? Like, can you tell us any stories or anything that could relate to that kind of shook your confidence and how you rebounded from it?
Yeah, like I told you guys in the beginning, when I had like that down period and I wasn't accepting signs, so I had burnout. And then, Selena was always giving me pep talks. And then I like, met Renee. And then that kind of is like what kind of like shifted like everything. So that's what I'm saying. Like it happens. And I know it's easier said than done. And I know you're going to go through it at least once. But if you can talk to somebody that has already been through it, because I didn't know nobody that had been through it. Like I was a new notary. I didn't know nobody that had burnout. I was still trying to build up my Instagram. But like if you know somebody that's already been through it, then they can give you tips as well. But oh yeah, I definitely been through it. It took me a while. It took me about like maybe 4 months to overcome it. But once I overcome it, I was like, oh, I would never let myself get back to that ever again. Like, no, it is no.
Yeah, it's something to be said about like building a community of other people like you, business minded, because when you go through like dark periods, and Tierra knows, like I've gone through dark periods, and we'll talk it out, and I don't feel like I'm crazy. I don't feel like I'm the only one that has self-doubt. I'm the only one that feels insecure or not believing in my true potential. It's so many other people who are great at what they do, who've accomplished a lot, and they still feel that way. But sometimes if we don't allow ourselves to connect with other people and be around people that can feed our spirit with positivity, you sometimes think that you are the only one, and it only just creates like a downward spiral. So that has been, because I'm introverted, so I tend to be to myself. I'll just work my business and just stay in my lane. But when I have doubts, or if I failed at something, and I don't want to share it with anybody. I think, I'll just fix it on my own. It doesn't work like that. And at least in this business, like you need a community of people.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I agree.
Nobody's perfect and nobody has gotten to their destination by themselves. You need other people's inspiration, other people's wisdom. And that for me has built my confidence. I mean, the trial and error has played a role, but also just leaning on other people who are more confident or just who simply share their story. It makes me feel like I'm not alone and I'm more than capable of rebounding.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I also encourage people, like, find people in your in the same field as you to connect with. Like, I connected with you guys. I literally have I would say like 10 or less people that I really connected with in the notary industry that like I can, consider them family. Like I would like invite them into my personal life. And I don't like to invite everybody into my personal life. So I would invite them into my personal life and just like, because I felt like, I can trust them and we connected. And, that's you, Corinne, that's Tiara, Jessica, Rafael, my notary bestie Shanice, that I actually met at the Sustainable Notary Day with Renee. Me and her just clicked. She's in the Bay Area. This girl named Natalie out here. It's just a few people that I just can really just like, I know if I have any questions or need any help, I can, just talk to them and they'll be there because we all kind of got like a common understanding. So definitely connect with people in your field and in your industry that you can definitely lean on because it helps. And they sometimes will see stuff in you that you don't see in yourself. So they will push you to do stuff that you don't want to do and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, and I would also just to piggyback off of that, and what is told to me a lot is like, don't sleep on yourself. Stop sleeping on yourself. So many times we waiting for like someone else to wake us up, our life to wake us up. Like we spend so much time underestimating our own potential and not even giving breath to the fact that like, you was the one who thought about this idea. You know what I'm saying? You've literally created these services, or you created this product, you created the marketing, you created the brand, you created all of these. And I feel like the one thing that has helped me when I have moments where my confidence is shaken. I don't know.
Whatever. Both of them.
Both of them, right.
Right. But in those moments where I have to work on, regaining my confidence again, child, sorry, fell into a black hole again. My biggest thing is like, stop sleeping on myself. Like, stop sleeping on myself. It's just, we have so much greatness inside of us. And even if we need to take a little bit of time to figure out what that looks like, or we need to invest in a coach to show us the direction that's going to give us, help us reach our best potentials, cut our learning curve in order to obtain that. Like, it's okay, do that and get into these rooms and get into these spaces. Like, subscribe to this podcast because that's who we are for you guys. Like, if you looking for an online community, you found it in this on this platform, on this YouTube. So that's kind of been like my biggest thing that's been helping me with my confidence, talking to you guys, talking to Rafael, talking to some other people, getting into that mastermind where it's like every day we surrounding ourselves with people who are at a higher level of success than us that we can learn from. Okay. Like the whole object of that's it.
I agree. Get into those rooms, join those masterminds, like for real, like surround yourself with other entrepreneurs, and especially ones that are exceeding it and killing it. Like, I mean, us three, we in a mastermind group with people that, made bank. I'm like, like made bank. One person said, they just said that she woke up to $10,000 deposit in her account. And I'm like, she making bank. And so yeah, you gotta surround yourself with these people. Like, I cannot stress that enough. You gotta surround yourself with like-minded people, or people that's doing better than you, that's willing to put you on, teach you some gems and some jewels, and just want to see you succeed. You gotta block out all the negative energy, or anybody that's around you that don't want to see you succeed, because that would get in your head and it would mess you up, and it will block your blessings because you entertaining it. So you gotta definitely just surround yourself with the right people. You will go a long way if you do that.
Yeah. And it'll help your brand as well. You know what I'm saying? Because you're aligning your brand with these type of people who are exuding success, and who want to see success, and who wants to help critique and upgrade and level up your brand. But more importantly, I feel like you have to understand, first and foremost, kind of like what your brand is. And I know for me, when I first, started thinking about, okay, what do I want to do? Like, I'm a notary. Do I want to stamp this, like, with my branding? Do I want like a pen? And I realized that, like, I wanted something that really fit my personality. Like, one of the things that I want to be known for as a notary is being personable. I'm asking you how your day is. I start all my emails with hope all is well, because I genuinely hope all is well. I end all my emails with in gratitude, because I'm always in gratitude that we're either having this conversation, we're doing this business, or whatever it is. So when I first started, I wanted to have like a sun, because I'm like, oh, sunshine, happiness, whatever. Right. So I actually that logo and I sent it to a couple people, and I was just like, how does this make you feel? Like, how do you feel when you see this logo? And I kind of just like built off of that. And I wanted to build my whole brand off of making people feel good, making people feel, seen and stuff like that. So that's just my little tidbit. But I would have to say that one of the main things that I wanted us to discuss also was just how do you position yourself differently from the other people that are like, that's in your industry, that's in your market. Because I think that a lot of the times our lack of confidence is because we're all doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that I can totally agree with. And sometimes I do that too. Like, I'll see what somebody else is doing, but in the back of my mind too, I kind of also tell myself, like, when they made one, they made many. And you cannot not do something because someone else is doing it. Like, we are all different people. We all have different personalities and spirits, and somebody may rock with me and not the other person that's doing the same thing, and vice versa. And that's okay. It's okay. And I think that's what, a lot of us, in this like notary space, or just in a space in general, need to like understand, because although there is a lot of stuff to do in a notary space, there's still only so much you can do in a notary space. So there's going to be people that's doing numerous amount of things, but you don't let that stop you from doing what you want to do as well. And like I said, I go through that, and after talking to y'all, or just like reminding myself of that, I'm like, you know what? I'm still gonna do it. It is what it is. And then too, we're all spread out. We're all so wide. Like, I don't really know like too many active, like really doing a lot of stuff, notaries on the West Coast. Like, I know Rafael, like, he's always out there, but I don't know too many notaries on the West Coast that's really out here like doing stuff. So that helps me out too, because I'm like, okay, well, I don't really know nobody out here on the West Coast. And then what else? I think what also sets me apart is just like my branding. Like Tierra, you told me that, but I have heard that from the beginning. That's why I went to do the Canva class, because notaries were hitting me up, asking me about my page. So definitely that. And I guess that's it.
I think that authenticity goes a long way, because it's like, it's more than enough to go around. Like, I mean, like you said, it's not a lot of notaries that you know of that, doing a lot on the West Coast, but even if it was that you were aware of, it's only one you. And the problem is, I think when business owners try to mimic what everyone else is doing, then you're offering the same thing, or not even the same thing. You're not even offering originality. And I think when we when we be ourselves, because there's only one Corinne in this whole wide world.
Yeah.
And if I just lean into who I am, and if I'm not sure of what gifts I have, just by just simply being myself, offering the same service in my way, you know, with my energy, I think I'm automatically attract my own tribe of customers, consumers, followers. I just think it naturally happens that way. I think we just tend to look left and right to compare ourselves, and then we think it's not enough space for us. But it's all, and just think about like even music. It's always like the latest hit coming out, and we jump on that. And it's you know, and then it's a new rapper or a new singer. It's more than enough room. I think what we love is people being authentic, and I think that's how you. I mean, for me, like when Tiara, you were talking about like your brand and the colors and positivity, I'm thinking, well, what was mine? I didn't think of it in that way. I came up with a name because, you know, freedom is important to me, but I didn't think of anything more than that because I was going through such a discovery phase of myself. My life was transitioning in so much, but what I tried to stay true to is just being myself. Don't try to copy nobody because it's a lot of work to maintain that. When you're not being yourself or true, that's a lot of work, and you end up falling short because you run out of gas and they realize you're not who you say you are, and then your business doesn't thrive. So I think a big part of me building confidence is just being myself off the rip. Just being original, being who I am. If you don't like it, then you're not for me. I'm not for you.
Exactly. And it's okay. I absolutely love that answer. Definitely. Authenticity will get you a long way. And people can tell after a while, like if they don't catch it in the beginning, they'll start to realize that you're not being authentic. And yeah, we can't do that. That's out.
Right.
No, for real. Wait, Corinne, your colors is not nudes. Where did I get nudes from?
So the Womenomics podcast has nude colors.
Okay. Well, you still give me like nude vibes. You do. And nudes are beautiful.
Huh?
I was gonna say, to keep it a buck, Corinne picked our colors for our logo. So
okay. Well,
so you was on point with it. Yeah. I don't know why I think you picked the colors, but yeah, totally.
Okay. Well, my bad, Corinne. We don't say it's nude, but I definitely see that. And I feel like it goes with your name, like Freedom Notary. Like it's very like just nude. It's not like too over the top, but yeah. It definitely goes with your personality, with you being an introvert. Like, I like it. We gonna go with that.
Yeah. So, I want you to share with us, like, what are some of the things that you do to kind of like set yourself up, set your day up for success? Like, there's so many, you already know, we already talked about the ebbs, the flows, and everything else that come through with like being in this notary industry. But like, what do you do to kind of like get yourself ready? We know the business gonna come, you gonna get it, all right? But like, what do you do to set you up?
So I have like the 5-minute journal off of Amazon that I definitely recommend you writing it in when you first wake up, and also but like before you go to bed. I love that. I'm also like, you know, trying to be better about waking up early. I'm learning that, you know, as an entrepreneur, it's best to try to wake up before the world wakes up. So that way you can just like knock stuff off your list, because once the world wake up, sometimes the things that you need to get done get put on a back burner, because now all of a sudden like appointments are coming in, this is happening, that is happening. And you know, it's kind of hard to say no to the money when you be like, okay, I need to do this too. So I'm gonna go get my coin, period. So I'm trying to start telling myself, like, just get up early. And when I get up early, I'm learning, like, I have a better day. I had foot surgery like back in December. And so I'm about 7-8 months out now. So now I want to start getting back into riding like my Peloton bike, just getting up early to work out, just set myself, like, I need to get in just a routine because I struggle with ADHD. And so I'm just trying to get myself like that in a routine. But the 5-minute journal has been awesome. The mastermind has been awesome. That's like one of the things I have been consistent with, like probably like the past 2 weeks. That has helped me, and that has kind of kept me motivated to even want to get up early too and get stuff done before the mastermind happens. So that's pretty much what I do. Just kind of like try to get up early, get my day started, get dressed, take a shower, brush my teeth. So do what I gotta do. So when the money call, I can just boom, take care of it.
Right. I love that.
I love it. That's good. You gotta get up early to get yourself ready for the money call. Okay.
Right.
Look, that's a shirt.
That's a shirt.
That's a shirt.
That's a shirt for real.
Oh, I like that. We got to write that down.
But it's true, because you're basically building that momentum. Like once you get up and you get all of your admin or personal things out the way, it's almost like you're opening yourself up for the money. You're opening, now you have space in your calendar and your schedule for the money. Now when people call, you're anticipating those phone calls, you're anticipating fulfilling those services or needs versus pick and choose about what am I going to do? And all right, now I have to, like you said, put this on the back burner, and now it's taking me more time to complete this versus if I would have just got it done, getting up a little bit earlier. When a bad call, I'm securing it. You feel me? So
exactly.
No, I believe that.
Yeah, I think establishing routines and habits is half the battle. Like if you have that in place, and I'm still working on it.
I'm still working on it too, but we're gonna get there.
Yeah, because it's so worth it. It is worth letting go what didn't work. You know, I shouldn't have to slam into a brick wall and then realize, okay, now I gotta switch over. No, we know what works best for us. We just gotta push ourselves and have a bigger why, a bigger benefit as to why we're doing the things that we do. So getting up early, I started to do that, getting up at 5 a.m. Sometimes I don't do that, but when I do, I'm like, gosh, I got so much done, and the sun just rose. You know, the whole world is quiet. You know, I'm much more at peace because I rested all night, so I'm not scattered with the day. And then I can, you know, even if I don't get things done, like checking it off the list, I'm at least prepared and centered and focused on what's the priorities for my day. And then when I take on my day, it's a whole different energy and different motivation.
Exactly. I agree. Yeah. We gonna get there.
So I want to hear, so I am in Jersey, as most of you guys know. I feel like I say it every episode. And Ray is in Cali, and I am so sad that I missed your first SoCal Notary Social. So please tell us about it. How'd you come up with the idea? What is that event about? And like, what are notaries taking away from it? Or what's your intention for them to take away from it after they leave your event?
Okay, so it definitely started from just me just talking to Renee and her pushing me to do it. Because if she didn't push me to do it, I probably wouldn't have done it. But it's just about just getting like notaries together, whether you're a new notary, aspiring, veteran notary, because luckily for me, I learned earlier on that there is other stuff that you can do in a notary field outside of loan signing. And at my event, there was a lot of people that's all they have done was loan signing. Like these people been notaries for like 5+ years, 10+ years, and that's all they did was loan signing. So I just kind of wanted to bring something different to them and show them that there's other ways of like getting money. And that's just kind of like how it came up. And then too, I've noticed there wasn't really nothing in like Southern California for notaries. Like I know if you was part of Mark Will's system and a loan signing system, like they would do like loan signing system meetups and stuff like that. But for me, I'm like, everyone is not a loan signing system student. Like I am, but not everyone is a loan signing system student. And so I want to just have something for everybody to attend and everybody have a good time and network and mingle, because that's just what I'm all about. So the first one was in August. It was so nice. Like we had a really good time. People walked away feeling inspired. I had amazing guest speakers. They all talked about different things. And that's how like the second one came up, just because of the positive feedback from the first one. So with this one, I'm gonna have new guest speakers, of course. And I already have had like a few people from the first one bought tickets to the second one. So that's exciting. But overall, I just wanted people to have a good time and just walk away feeling inspired. I don't know what everyone was going through before they walked into the room when it came to their notary business, but I hope that they walked away like, you know what, let me get back on myself and let me do it again, because there's other stuff out here that I can do that can make my business grow.
You need to bring that on. I need that to be nationwide. I need you to come and do one for the tri-state, because
I would love to.
That would be good,
because a lot of the times the events are based on like education. You're going there with your pen and pad. You're going there to like, learn, and it's, it's a little bit of networking, but most of the time it's almost like a conference. Whereas this, it just seemed like it was way more social. Like, I ain't gonna hold you, I was a little jealous. The food looked good. The vibes were super dope. You had the photo booth. You had my girl Selena there teaching about, wedding officiants and stuff like that. So I thought that it was like a super dope event. And I'm like, we need more of these. Like, I want you to do more of these. And I want you to do like pop-ups. Because I'm telling you, people going to show out. They're going to show out.
So what are your plans with it? Are you going to do it like annually, or are you still trying to work that out?
Just like the other day, I was like, this is my last one. It's stressful planning the event. Like, it really is. It's just so stressful. And I don't know why it's stressful. Like, why am I stressed? Like, I don't know if it's because, like, you want people to buy tickets today and now, or is it because you just like, you just want to put on a good event and want people to have fun? So I don't know why it's stressful to me, but every time, even the first one, like, I was so stressed out, but when it was all said and done, it was like so worth it. So 2 weeks ago, I was saying like, this is my last one. But somebody was like, girl, this ain't your last one. You just kind of going through, like, you just stressed right now. You'll have another one. I mean, I would love to have them often. I don't know how often. I don't know if I want to make it annually or but I would definitely love to do them often. I think one time I was telling Sierra in their room that I eventually would love to have like notary balls, like once a year thing. We can have them in different cities, and when we come, it ain't nothing about business at all. It's simply like everybody just having a good time. I want people to dress up. So I want girls to put on pretty gowns and dresses, get their makeup done, their hair done. I want dudes in like tuxedos, and I really want it to be like a ball-like setting. I want everybody to feel pretty and special, and just have a good time, because we all know each other off of Instagram and we all live in certain states, but it's not gonna be often to where we're gonna all be able to get together in like one room just to have a good time. Not even on like, oh, let's learn about this, let's learn about that. Like, no, let's just get in the room and cut up and dance and eat good and drink, and that's it. Everything don't have to be a learning experience. Like, we could all get together and just have a genuinely a good time. So that's like on the radar. I would love to have like notary balls, and I want to become so known that when I'm having one, it's like no questions asked. People are like, oh yeah, we going. Like, no questions asked. And it's gonna probably be high ticketed, because I want good food. I want open bar. I want people to like, open bar with premium liquor, not that bottom shelf stuff. I want people to come and feel like, that what they paid for was worth it and they had a good time.
Yeah, that's going to be wonderful. And I think it's good because, I mean, oftentimes the networking opportunities and gatherings or whatever they're all put on, it is for learning. And we are constantly learning. We're constantly trying to add another stream in our business and stuff like that. Yes. But we also have this community of people. It's like, I don't know any other notaries before I became a notary. And so now there's this huge community of notaries who are building their businesses and have lives, have children, have spouses and stuff that I can relate to on a level that I can't with my friends and my family. Yes. So I think that, and I've literally built real friendships virtually. And so I think that would be amazing. So go ahead and start planning that too.
I'm on, waiting for it. Not world now. So if anybody else come out with it, you heard it here first.
Y'all heard it here first. Right, definitely.
No, that's super dope. So, we always like to end our episode asking this question, what are some of the tools that you use, or what are some things that you have in your toolkit that you want to share that one just really helps, like you said, restore and maintain that level of confidence? And the other part I have to put in there, because I don't know if y'all know, but Ray is like the branding queen. Okay. She goes through my Instagram, make sure I'm on point. She got this dope ass freebie that helps you optimize your bio. So I got the freebie. So shout out to the freebie. But I got the freebie and I was able to, restructure my bio just to make sure I'm hitting all of those points. So what are just some tools, one for confidence, but then the other part is just to keep on brand, or just to help with branding your business?
So one of the tools with confidence, I like, definitely what Corinne said earlier, like you are you, and no one can take that from you. And you just have to remember that, like, and that, that helps me, like, I'm me. And like I said, I have my moments too, because I'm normal, but at the end of the day, like, I'm me, and people like me for me, and that's what it is. And I'm not for everybody, and that's okay. And this is showing, and I'm not for everybody, and that's okay. But I'm me. So definitely know that you are you, and like you are that. And that's just what it is. and then for branding, like, honestly, just stay consistent. Like, for real, just stay consistent with your branding. If you don't remember nothing else about when it comes to branding, just like stay consistent, and just literally, like, if these are your colors, that's your colors, to just kind of keep it going through everything that you do, because people will remember that, and they'll realize that. So those are pretty much, like, the only tools that I can just think of off the dome that I can give.
That's good. I mean, keeping it simple, honestly, because sometimes we overcomplicate stuff. We throw so much information out at people, and they only retain like 1 to 2 things any damn way. So shout out to you for this. Shout out to you for being.
Yes. I'm a big believer. I keep it simple, but sometimes I could be a little extra on stuff, but definitely, like, keep it simple with your business. Even when it comes down to like choosing your name, I think the only regret I have with my name is just that at the time, and this is for like any new people that's watching it, but like, at the time, I never seen my business going to something bigger and better. So probably going with the name like Notary Gal, that's very just like, so it's just like only me, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm getting to the point like where, I'm trying to outsource and stuff like that. It's like, I'm trying to think of a name, and that's just a lot. I don't feel like rebranding something else, and it's a lot. So I would say, like, when you choose a name, although you may not see it right now, just being just you, just think about the bigger picture, and maybe choosing a name to where it can go wide. You could do a lot of stuff under that umbrella. And so, that's about it.
Yes, that was good. That was really good. Well, of course, drop your socials, where people can find you, what you got going on, how we can connect, link, all of that. Get some ray of sunshine in our life. How can we do it?
So mostly everything is like at the Notary Gal. You can get the link in my bio. It's like thenotarygal.com/links. That'll pop up like my link tree. I have like an Etsy store with some bundle templates. I have this really, really cute, like little notary boss babe, like little journal that I made. I want to warn people though, it do not have lines in it. It has like little dots, but I love it. Like, I don't need to always have lines. This lets me be free and creative. So you can find that on my Etsy store. Download some of those templates. The templates came about just because people was always asking me about my page. What else? I'm starting like a mentorship program called the Notary Prep. And it's for anybody that wants to join, that just wants to learn a lot. Like, I'm going to touch heavy on branding, teaching people like Canva, but they want to know that. I feel like I realized like I do know a lot. I didn't realize I knew as much as I did, but I know a lot. And I want to like share that with other people. So if you want to join the Notary Prep, that's definitely in my bio as well. It's $19.95 a month. A really, really small investment for like a lot. You're gonna learn a lot for $19.95 a month. Loan signing stuff, general notary work, specialty notary work, apostles, Selena Gone, you know, help people with weddings if that's what they want to get into. It's gonna be, we're gonna offer a lot. Like I said, branding, all type of stuff. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, and I think your brand represents you so well that when people find you, it automatically converts.
Yeah. It do. I can see that. Yeah, I got business off of social media too.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I have got a lot. I actually got a lot of business. Now that I think about it, I got a lot of business off of social media, or just like people reaching out to me like, hey, I need a notary. And I simply think it's because of my page. That's it. I just think that they're like, okay, she knows what she's doing. And yeah. And so that's that. Oh, and then my SoCal Notary Social Part 2 is August 27th from 12 to 4. I'm gonna have it in Long Beach again. I was going back and forth about it, but I'm gonna have it in the same spot that I had my last one. But yeah, this one it's gonna be nice. We gonna have a good time. So you can also find that link in my bio as well. Like all my links are in my IG bio. Just go to my Instagram and click on the bio and you'll see like everything. So yeah, I'm a very personable person. Never feel scared to reach out to me. Sometimes I could be a little bit slow on replying back, but I'll do my best to get back to you, I promise. But yeah, everything is in the bio.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, you dropped so many gems. And at the end of the day, I feel like I always have to throw this disclaimer out there. Yes, this is called Womenomics, but it's for men too, but especially for my ladies out there, you is the it girl, okay? The it girl, and don't let nobody tell you anything different.
Right. Thank you.
Okay?
I appreciate that.
Yes. As your co-host, we are signing off. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Corinne, you got any last words?
No, just thank you so much, Ray, for sharing space with us. Your background is beautiful.
Thank you.
The topic is so perfect for your whole layout. So just thank you so much.
Thank you. It was fun. Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Womenomics Podcast.